I'm cold. And hungry. And bored. And my butt's hurting. And I'm also thirsty. But hey, I'm not complaining. This is fun. I like staring at buildings all night, every night, until my eyes start bleeding. Do you think Naane's been acting weird? I mean, she's always been a bit weird, but after she came back from Myria... Actually, since you arrived. Why is that? Have you noticed anything... weird?
Anu, please pay attention.
Oh, what's there to pay attention to? We've been watching that building for a week now. Nothing is going on in there. I almost wish Liko was here instead of me. But any chance he has to avoid going on a mission with you, he'll take. I can't believe he's still upset you didn't kill that officer. I mean, we've gotten good information from him. Liko's just being a real poophead.
He's upset about losing Old Town.
Yeah, but what could we do? I mean, he decided he couldn't trust your information. That's not your fault. So, what else is going on with you? Hey, what happened with that woman, Anna? Didn't you and her have a...
Nothing happened. And I shouldn't have told you anything.
You can trust me. I tell no secrets. Except to all my girlfriends, of course, when we get together over wine and... I'm kidding. I have no friends, you know that. Aside from you guys. You guys are my best friends, and that's really sad. I'm depressed now. But she's pretty. Anna, I mean. Beautiful hair, striking freckles, nice scowl. She'd make a fine, companion.
I'm not interested.
Oh. Okay, so, is there anyone at all that you're...
Anu, I'm not interested in women.
You're not interested in... Sure! Oh, I knew that. Of course, that's fine. Perfectly fine. So who do you...
Look, something's happening.
Oh, yes, someone's leaving the house. Call in reinforcements. People leave that house every day, Kian. They arrive in the morning and leave at night. Almost like it's a real business of some sort.
Doesn't look like a real business to me.
You're too suspicious. Must be all that hanging around Azadi.
What are you guys up to?
Bip! What in Shadow's name are you doing here?
Nothing. Oh, right. I have a message. It's from Ulvik. He says, come to the bar immediately. There's been developments. I don't know what developments is, but Ulvik's face was frowny, so it's probably important.
It always is. Good job, Bip. Let's not keep Ulvik waiting.
I'll go first. We won't attract as much attention if we arrive separately.
I envy those who can shut their doors at night and find peace inside. But that's why we fight, so that they can shut their doors and forget. Behind every window there are stories. Stacks of hay to represent the harvest festival, the reaping. I believe they burn those on Reap Moon's Eve to celebrate the harvest and to appease the Wicker Witch, the Yaga. They've put up ornaments all over town for the Festival of Reaping. Harvest season is important in the Northlands. The children appear particularly excited about the reaping. I've tasted the yams. I completely understand. If I have time, I wouldn't mind trying my hand at making some of these ornaments for the Enclave. Everyone there could use a feast to look forward to. Those paper dragons are illegal. They've been arresting anyone caught running them, but new ones pop up every day. Supporters of the magical resistance fly paper dragons to remind people of the balance and the dry kin. It's a powerful symbol. They're beautiful, and the runners are brave. Foolhardy, but brave. There's food left on the table. That's going to attract rats. And owls. Bloodthirsty owls. Shadow. An Azadi grocery store. They sell foodstuffs from the motherland. It's popular with homesick military men. I've had Jakai pick up a few things from this store. Lentils, beans, purple taters. Once he found a leg of dried and salted yaki meat. Brought tears to my eyes, that did. It's not the only store catering to Azadi soldiers, but it's the best. It's surprisingly quiet out. Usually these tables are busy until late at night. Granted, it is chilly and damp. Everyone's probably inside, carousing. It'd be easier to walk around unnoticed if there were more people about, but I do get to operate in peace. Before our arrival, the street lamps were lit with magic spells. They've been replaced with modern electricity. I don't know how this light is created, or what truly separates science from sorcery. Maybe it's all philosophical. It's all miracles to me. Liko says this used to be a popular spot with mariners and other men, but it was shut down after some business with an Azadi officer and a Dolmari sailor. The Salty Seaman. Seaman. That's it. Without that proud cock and the delightful little puss riding on it, the Resistance would be in a dark place indeed. Oh, goddess, forgive me, I keep doing that. The Rooster and Kitten's been a safe harbor for us. I hope we can properly repay Ulvik after this is all over. The Rooster and Kitten. An appropriate and tasteful change of moniker.
You see that gentleman sitting over there? Don't look, you simpletons. Balance. You lot don't know much about subterfuge, do you? That man's an Azadi mechanic. He drinks here most nights, but I didn't know that part until I overheard him speaking to his friend earlier about the pipes. Seems that with the pipe network up and running, there's a lot of tinkering to be done. Our man over there carries a tool to open maintenance hatches.
If we can get inside a hatch...
We can maybe figure out what they're using the pipes for. That's brilliant, Ulvik.
So we slit his throat and dump him in the bay.
Not in my bar, you won't.
If they find out we've taken his tools, the information could turn out to be useless. No. We need to...
Borrow his tools, open one of those pipes to have a look-see, and put the tools back before he notices. And that was probably what you were going to say when I interrupted you. Sorry.
If you can do it without him noticing, I won't stop you. But if the Azadi ever suspect that I'm collaborating with the Resistance...
That will not happen, Ulvik.
So what do we do, Kian?
The others look to me for leadership now. It's important that I take charge and make the decisions. Ulvik brought this to our attention. It's only fair that I include him in the decision. What do you think, Ulvik?
Me? Well, I think you three are resourceful in different ways. Instead of bickering about what to do, which is what usually happens, why not split up? There's every chance that one of you will come up with something that doesn't involve murder, the total destruction of my pub, or blowing my cover.
I agree.
We can't take too long. That man won't stay here forever.
He's on his second drink. He usually doesn't leave until he's had at least 3. And I can offer a few on the house to make him stay longer.
It's decided then. We'll meet again here later this evening.
Winner buys around for everyone. No? No? It's not very motivating? Okay.
Ulvik doesn't have the most sophisticated or upscale clientele, and I'm sure he's happy about that. He's a mechanic, working on the pipe network, and he has a workbox with tools. We need to get a hold of his tools in order to access a maintenance hatch in the pipe network. The question is, how to take his tools and return them without him noticing. He's not military and he's not merchant class. I didn't mingle much with artisans in Sadir, but I recognize the style of clothing.
You wouldn't believe the amount of work that's required to keep the network running smoothly. Oh, the engineering's good, but the assemblies... Don't put military men on a civilian job, is all I'm saying. This requires fine skill, not brute force. See, if the connection between the pipes are off by even a hair's breadth, the orbs can start rattling around and get stuck. If that happens, Shadow, let's just say the tower would be severely displeased. The official opening's in a week, and they want the ceremony to go as smoothly as possible. The emissary would not take kindly to being embarrassed in front of the first. So that leaves me and my workbox.
I could knock him over the head with the butt of my blade, but I don't think Ulvik would approve. Da?
Lyle, what do you want? Oh, I thought you were one of them. You know, the magicals. Goddess knows why there's still magicals in the city. I thought they'd been deported. All of them. Never mind. Take a seat, man, and I'll buy you a drink. Where you from? You sound Azadi.
My apologies, I need to be elsewhere.
Oh, right. Next time.
They appear to be having a good time. Well deserved, too. They're good people. Bless their generous hearts. I wish them all the happiness in the world. Ulvik had these wooden pillars carved in the style of the Southern Islands when he took over the place. They represent the spirits of the 100 Isles, their gods and goddesses, imps and devils. I find them disturbing. Their eyes, they follow me, like protectors from pagan beasts and sorcery.
The worst thing is crawlers in the tubes. What do you call them here? Rats. I had to clean out rat gizzards from a junction last week. Shadow take me, what a mess that was. See, once the blood and guts get into the engines, there's nothing for it. They need to be dismantled and every piece has to be scrubbed clean. Takes a full day, that does. I wish they'd put some sort of safeguards in place. There are rats crawling all over this goddess-forsaken city. You know how many times I've seen a crawler in Sadir? None. None is the times.
Ulvik told me once of the legend of the Onyx Cockerel, High King of all cocks. This proud fowl came to the aid of its owner when he was set upon by rabid man-eating owls. Unfortunately, the poor cockadoodle was torn to shreds. Owls. Light. Sharks of the skies. Their thirst for human blood is legendary.
Offer's still good. Sit down, man, and I'll buy you a drink. You sure you don't want to share a glass with me? If I wasn't such a great judge of character, I'd think you were sweet on me.
Those tubes will make our lives better.
Really? How's that?
Well, they're there for the betterment of humankind, aren't they?
What does that even mean?
Well, life's a series of tubes.
I'll drink to that.
I hate this light-forsaken city. Shadow take me if I don't. Marcuria smells like rat shit and rotten fish. To here is the place for me, friend. Southern Azadi.
Have you found anything yet?
I'm working on it.
Enno and Nico are still out looking, and you're not. You should get to it. You're the only one not out there looking for a solution, Kian. That probably won't play well with the team.
What can I do for you, friend? Buy me a drink and I'll tell you my life story. Or buy me two, you can tell me yours. Or buy me three and anything goes. I've seen you at the Rooster before. You're not a drinking man. So why spend so much time here? For the ambience, the company, the stench of sweaty leather? Look, I'd love to chat, but you're silent and weird. And I'd rather continue my conversation with the lady here. No offense, alright? But maybe work on your social skills?
I'm not here to speak with strangers. I'm here to drink foreign drinks with exotic fruits in them. Look, you're a tall, dark and handsome man, true. I'm just not feeling it. Sorry. You're persistent, I'll give you that. But I'm going to ignore you now. Are you trying to ask me up for a dance? A kiss? A quick grope in a dark corner? Come on, use your tongue, man. I'm not going anywhere with you. It's like my mother always says, a bushy beard conceals lustful demons. Hands off, big guy. I'm taken.
Do I smell magicals? I think I smell magicals. Why are there magicals in this place? I thought this was a human establishment.
I do miss Old Town. Marcuria's just not the same without the magic ghetto.
Shh.
What?
But take a look around you. Is this the best place to lament the loss of magicals?
Well, we have lost something, haven't we? Is this town really better off without magicals? Be honest.
Honesty is the quickest way to the noose.
Vote Hillary's. Vote Faith and Family. Vote National Front.
Traditional reap moon snacks. Roasted apples, salted yams, sweet roots, pungent fermented snapjaw eggs. The snacks are free, as long as you're buying drinks. Ulvik comes down hard on those who don't. Are there any yams left? Oh, good. Those yams are the best. I won't say no to a tasty bit of yam. Oh. Oh. Delicious.
I have a girl waiting back in Sahara. I'm engaged to be married. I haven't heard from her in a while, but I'm sure she's been busy. Yeah, I'm sure that's it. It's just busy.
A workbox. That's probably where a mechanic would keep his tools. I'll just grab it and run, and keep running until the city and all of this is behind me? Now's not the time.
I should probably head home soon. This one's my last drink, I swear it on the first mountain.
The wreaths are part of the harvest festival tradition. Enu told me some believe the wreaths protect homes from Yaga, the Wicker Witch. You put a wreath on your door to show that you've made proper offerings. I'm not sure what's supposed to happen if you put up a wreath without making an offering. Nothing good, I'm sure. Yaga comes and admonishes the children, maybe? Or eats them. Goat eats leaves. Goat falls asleep. Interesting. Wait, I remember someone talking about this a while back. The mole, was it? They can't be wild goats, not in the middle of Marcuria. But who owns them? The city? Maybe this is how they keep the grass in the green trimmed. I'm not fond of goats. I shared a room with a goat once. It woke me up in the middle of the night, shrieking like a man possessed with demons. What was that herb the mole spoke of? Evensong. This must be it. It's an opiate. Consume enough and you fall asleep. That's Evensong. It's a flavorful herb that helps with insomnia.
What exactly are you doing to that goat? Wait, does this have anything to do with why you rejected me? Goats? Honestly?
What do you mean by goats and honestly? I don't understand your words, woman.
Hey, I'm not judging anyone. I'm just surprised is all.
Where have you been this past month?
Away. Far away. Travelling, so, This goat, what's going on here?
It's rebel business.
Clearly. How's that working out for you? Are you one of them now?
I'm atoning for my sins.
Right. But you are enjoying it.
I don't enjoy fighting my own people.
Well, you seem to be good at it. Word is the resistance is gaining support, that people have hope now that you're there.
I'm doing what I can to help.
I heard you went soft on our vile little Azadi officer. If I'd known, I would have taken care of him myself. Not killing him makes some sense, a source in the tower and all, but for going torture, that's just a missed opportunity. The thing about torture is that it's a seal of authenticity. It makes every piece of information more reliable. I understand your friends didn't take the officer's word for it. Well, even if you didn't pull out of Old Town, at least the resistance put up a decent fight before. The important thing is, many Azadi died that night. Chalice half full and all that.
What do you want?
Nothing. Nothing. I saw you. It's been a while. I wanted to say hello. Oh, I've missed this. The one-sided conversations, the sullenness and suspicion. I've come to enjoy it quite a bit. Anyway, goats?
We have a lead on the pipes.
Oh, that explains everything. I'll leave you to it then. I'm going to the Rooster later tonight. I need to speak with Ulvik. Maybe I'll see you there.
Maybe.
This is what I love about you, Kian. You're such a people person.
Evensong, a herb that makes the wakeful sleep. I picked this Evensong in the city green. It might help with our Azadi mechanic. This is Evensong. It works on goats.
Well then, it should work on the Azadi too, eh? One more ale on the house, da?
What a lovely head. This one smells different. Malty, sweet. It's almost like the sugar ale from Southern Azadi. Now, this is a brew, Vic. It tastes like home, this does. It brings tears to my eyes. It is simply spectacular.
He's dead to the world, knocked out by Evensong. If I ever have trouble sleeping again, I'll know what to do. Hey! Hey! Are you awake? You're not awake. I can do pretty much anything I want to you right now, and you will never know. I can even pull your ears up like this and... Oh, you need to clean your ears. That's revolting. If I had a marker, I'd write fool across this man's forehead. A classic joke. Everyone would laugh, and it'd teach him never to take first sips from a cup of ale. Alas, I do not have a marker. A tool for opening the maintenance hatches in the pipes. I'll need to return this before the mechanic wakes. If I don't, he'll raise the shadow itself to get it back. It's a map of the pipe network, with maintenance hatches marked in red. Using this, I should be able to find one of the panels.
Don't take too long out there. If he wakes up without his tools, there'll be questions and I won't have any good answers. You should get on with it. The Evensong's potent, but he will wake up before the night's over. You know best what to do, Kian. You have his tools. Go open a hatch. What, do you want me to hold your hand? Balance be damned. That mechanic won't sleep forever.
The ghetto's been burned to the ground. Whatever's left in there, it's ruins. They keep this closed all the time. I guess they're still sorting through the rubble, looking for contraband. I believe there are still magicals hiding out in there, but it's not safe in the ruins of Old Town. The harbour master answers to the council, but all ships that dock here need a letter of permission from the emissary's office. So, in effect, the tower controls the harbour. Honor Hilaris has posted these bills everywhere. He's serious about his run for office. Under his leadership, the City Watch will fester and rot. I know Bip's been tearing down these bills, but National Front supporters keep replacing them. There appear to be a lot of them, skulking in the shadows. The tower's behind Hilaris's run for office. If they have their way, he'll be their little puppet inside the Watch. Another way for Vamon to exert his dominion. That's one of the maintenance hatches from the mechanic's map. It won't budge. It needs a special tool to open. Looks empty. There's a strong current of air flowing through it. There's air flowing from right to left, like a tempest in a tube. The gale's blowing from right to left. There's a powerful wind blowing from right to left, and it carries something with it. Too quick to see, too fast to grab. I'll lose my fingers if I try and grab it. It's solid, and it's swift. Pipe sections. Surplus or spare parts, I imagine. A crate full of straight pipe sections. They call those arms, I believe. A crate full of angled pipe sections. Elbows, if I'm not mistaken. They must be surplus parts. Unless they're still expanding, and I don't believe they are. This is what's called an arm, in the parlance of the metal artisans. That didn't accomplish anything. Whatever's in there just bounces off the pipe. It's a pipe section. An elbow, I believe it's called in the parlance of metal artisans. A metal ball? That's what's flying through these pipes? That orb shot out of the tube like a ball out of a giant cannon. Where did the orb come from? I should investigate where this pipe leads, hopefully to some answers. A pumpkin. An odd vegetable, native to the Northlands. We have nothing like it in Azadi. Apparently, the reaping's the right time for pumpkins, and they're an important part of the celebrations. Goddess knows why. They're hideous things. They're building bonfires for Reap Moon's Eve next week. I've never experienced these festivities myself, but I hear you're supposed to throw an offering on the fire to appease some sort of pagan god, the Wicker Witch. Most traditions have ancient and practical origins. I have no doubt their Wicker Witch existed, but such darkness is no longer part of our enlightened modern world. A bonfire for the Feast of Reaping on Reap Moon's Eve next week. They'll light up the city with pagan fires. Are those yams? No, they're only apples. Oh. In a world with yams, who needs apples? Plain, boring old apples. Apples are certainly no yams. Barrel bobbing. There's a tradition we also have in Azadi. Of course, we didn't use apples. We used nettles. They stung fiercely, and the children would cry. It was enjoyable. Using apples for bobbing is probably a better idea than using nettles. Using yams would be an even better idea. A single bob won't hurt. I'm sure no one's watching. This brings me back. Although without the nettles, something's definitely lost. I need to find a way into that building tonight. The pipe carrying the metal orb leads into that building. I knew it was important. I was right, and there's no one around to tell. Shadow. A missed opportunity for a proper righteous gloat. I must find a way into that building.
There's official Azadi business going on here. You'll want to turn around and walk away.
They're having a conversation. I might be able to listen in. The guards are talking, but I can't hear a single thing as long as I keep distracting myself.
Were you here when we had that horrible mess the other day?
I don't think so.
Well, one of them, what are they called? Them ground crawlers.
Rats?
That's it, rats. One of them rats got into the pipes. Whoop! Got sucked right into the engine.
Whoa. That doesn't sound good.
Light, what a bloody mess. Literally. Guts, bones, hair, blood everywhere had to shut things down. And it was us who had to clean it. Engineers wouldn't touch it, said their hands are too valuable. I guess ours aren't.
It's a soldier's lot, isn't it? We do the grunt work. That's how it goes.
Well, I guess they think cleaning out rat guts is more important than us keeping watch and protecting them engineers in there.
Guess so.
Kian! So we meet again, Azadi. Prepare your blade for battle!
Goddess, it's late, boy. You should be in bed.
So should you. What you doing now? Chasing rats?
I'm too busy to be talking to the boy, and he really shouldn't be out. The streets aren't safe for magicals. The boy appears genuinely interested. I've been told this is rare in children. Perhaps I shouldn't discourage him. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Are you that hungry? Rats taste like sewage. Trust me, you're better off eating table scraps.
I'm not eating the rat. I need it for... It's work-related. It is.
Okay, well, don't let me keep you from your rats.
Are you just going to sit there?
It's not every night I get a chance to watch you catch a rat.
Fair point. He never listens. He's risking his life being out in the open like this. But what can I do? I was the same at his age. Bip's been a great help. I'm not entirely comfortable with him working for the Resistance, but he'll get in trouble regardless. He might as well get in trouble helping us. I hope I can reunite Bip with his parents someday. I hope his parents are still alive. Bip's a good child, strong and clever, not weak and stupid like most children I've encountered. Ground crawlers. Filthy rodents. I hate rats. I used to have a pet rat, and it abandoned me for another, cuter, orphaned child. Shadow curse you, Ratigan. You broke my little heart. Scurrying rats, pigeons of the ground. They're too quick.
You're not very good at catching rats, are you?
This reminds me of the story of the Teheran rat catcher. He too failed to grab the rats with his bare hands. Unfortunately, I don't remember how his story ended. Probably not well.
Oh, so close! Well, not really.
No. I'll need to be clever about this.
This is more fun than throwing pebbles at Azadi guards. I'm sure the Magicals would appreciate all your hard work running after rats. I know I do. I thought being a rebel was supposed to be more exciting than this. I mean, rats? Really? You're taking way too long. I'm getting bored.
Yams. A few weeks ago I'd never tasted yams. Now I can't get enough. I'm a budding yam aficionado. Diced and steamed yams. There are so many ways to prepare yams. They truly are the king of foods. These delicious things must hail from the western slopes of the First Mountain. Who knew a thing that grows in the earth could taste so heavenly? I love yams. There it is, the truth laid bare for all to hear. How can you not want yams? You vermin are truly beyond all hope of redemption.
You're not very good at catching rats, are you?
It's a leftover cheese and meats plate. I've dined here. The food's good. I would never have left any bits uneaten. There's some cheese left, but that's all. I recognize this cheese. It's made from pungent Elgwyn milk, fermented in wooden vats in the salt caves by the sea. After the milk is fermented for a few months, they place tiny worms into it, and the worms digest the milk, excreting thick cheese from their tiny anuses. The shadow itself would hesitate to eat food that's passed through a worm's digestive tract, but it's really quite excellent cheese. They won't come close as long as I'm standing here.
Oh, so close! Well, not really.
Cheese with evensong. Not much, but enough to knock out a small creature. Or possibly a child. I've drugged the cheese with evensong. It's now Evencheese. Here's some particularly potent cheese. Filthy shadow spawn. Eat it. Eat it all. They won't come close as long as I'm standing here. Is it breathing? I don't know. And I don't care. It's a rat, and it's not moving. A comatose ground crawler. Just what I need.
I really didn't think you would. I'm impressed. Well, that was fun. What's next?
Next, you go home and stop distracting me, or I'll tell the other street urchins you have fleas.
I have no home. You know that. I sleep in the cellar of the Rooster and Kitten.
Good. It's the safest place around. So go back to your cellar and keep your head down. If I see you again tonight...
Please, got it. I'm sleepy anyways. That's why I'm going back. Not because you're telling me to.
And don't throw pebbles at Azadi soldiers.
I should be getting home. Just one more for the road. A bit of Dolmari courage to help me get started. And then I'll head home.
It's a ground crawler, a snake tail, a brown fur, a street pigeon, a rat. beloved child has many names, soundly trounced. I hold in my hand a sleeping rat. I hope I don't have to hold it much longer. I believe this thing is either in a very deep coma, or the Evensong killed it. I trust the latter.
What was that sound? It was a squishy sound, sort of like...
You've got to be kidding me. Not again. Shut a damn ground crawlers.
I guess it's on us to clean up the mess.
That bloody engineer in there's not going to do it, so yeah, it's on us.
Right. Well, let's get to it. No time like the present.
More metal tubes leading down to these odd tables. The sooner we find out what all the pipes are for, the closer we are to understanding what the tower is up to. It's a massive chamber of some sort. It sounds hollow. It's rumbling and there's steam coming out of it. It's a huge metal orb, like the tummy of a giant mechanical man. I think I've had this dream once. This is where the pipes converge. They're all going into that huge orb. I knew this building was important. It must be a hub of sorts to the web of pipes. If Liko and Enu were here, I'd afford myself a rare gloat. As it stands, I'll have to settle for a smug feeling of self-satisfaction. More of those odd metal orbs. They're doing something to them here, altering them. The orbs appear to be an important part of the machinery. I don't know what these are, but they put me in mind of a lady's vanity, except with knobs. Lots and lots of knobs. These are probably work tables, although I've never seen work tables with gauges and meters and knobs before. I wonder what'll happen when I push one of these knobs. Oh, that's ominous. More of the metal machines that have been put up all over town, but these look different. Bigger, shinier, more modern. It all looks very impressive. It must have taken a great many resources and a great deal of work to assemble these. I won't venture to guess what they do, but modern science is certainly involved. There's mathematics on that board. I've learned the fundamentals of addition, subtraction, and multiplication, but the numbers on that board are like Christerian runes to me, completely meaningless and somewhat disturbing. The numbers are flickering. It looks like sorcery, but I'm sure this is science. What could it be? There's mathematics involved, certainly. But I've never seen numbers changing so rapidly without someone doing calculations. Whatever that is, I'm sure it contains the answers to all of our questions about the pipes and the metal machinery. I recognize instruments such as these from cloud ships, gauges and meters for reading things like pressure, height, and humidity. Why would they need that here, on the ground? The instruments probably provide information relevant to the pipe network. If only I could read them. He's one of the people who work here. I've noticed others like him entering and exiting. They're odd-looking. He has the posture and dress of an academic, but he doesn't look like any scholar I've seen. He must be a scientist. I've heard of them, but I've never seen one up close in the wild. Whoever he is, he surely holds the answers to what's going on in here. I must interrogate him.
You're not supposed to be here. This place is for engineers only. Please leave or I'll be forced to call the guards. I have a very loud voice when I'm scared.
One sound, and you'll be standing on the slopes of the first mountain, yelling at clouds.
Goddess. No problem. I'll be quiet as a... You're from Azadi. I've seen your profile in embroideries. I never forget a nose. You're the Apostle. Apostle Elvani. You're famous.
Maybe once. Now I'm just Kian. Your turn.
My turn what?
Your name. Who are you?
Ferdows. I'm Ferdows, lead engineer.
I don't know what that means. What do you do?
Don't you know? I thought you would have known. You know, from back when you were... I'm in charge of the team that encodes the spheres that make the engine tick.
What engine?
The engine that... you know, the engine. There's only one engine. The one that encompasses the entire city. It's what all the pipes are connected to. Didn't they tell you anything when you were... you know, before you were a traitor?
Assume that I know nothing. What is this engine for?
The engine calculates. That's why they call it the calculating engine. Big numbers, complex equations. My team, we give the engine instructions about how and what to calculate. This is called coding.
I understood none of that.
You can't be here. You're a fugitive, and this is a restricted zone. That's like two things that mean you shouldn't be here, and I could probably think of more if you need me to.
I have a sword, and I'm bigger than you.
Those are two things that count in your favor, granted.
So what does this calculating engine do? What's its purpose?
I'm really not supposed to. Right. Bigger and sword. As I said, it calculates. I mean, it does more than that, but that's what it was built to do. Its core functionality. It adds, subtracts, multiplies numbers. Big numbers. And it does things with those numbers. Like, have you ever watched the stars in the sky at night?
I'm not just a man with a sword.
Of course. And you've seen how those stars move across the sky. Using a calculating engine, we can actually track those stars and predict where they're going to be in a year from now, or a century, or where they were a century ago.
Why are you tracking stars?
Well, we're not. I mean, it's just an example. We're not actually tracking stars. I mean, sure, we could if we wanted to, but... we're tracking dreams.
Dreams?
Dreams are very complex, which is why we need a big engine with lots of ticking parts to make complex calculations and predictions.
Right, so the part about not just being a man with a sword, assume that's all I am and start over.
Yes, fine. Those pipes crisscrossing the city, they're sort of like speaking tubes, connecting 100 sage masters, each with his or her own field of specialty.
So, it's like a university?
Well, I guess. Yes. Yes, this is a good comparison. A whole city filled with clever brains. The spheres pass messages between the different masters, and between them and us. We write messages, and we interpret messages. We tell the individual brains what to think about, and then they do the thinking, and report back to us. Now, this allows us to write ever more complex messages, until finally we have the code we need, the ultimate message. That one we send to the tower.
Why?
Because that's where the biggest brain of them all is located. This is the hub of the Pike network, the engine's core, its heart, the nucleus of the meta... Well, you understand. The fact is, this is the most advanced and scientific task anyone's ever taken on, and we're doing it. You should be proud.
Why are you doing it?
Well, I don't quite know. Because we can? Because no one else can? Because the Prophet told us to, and gave us the tools to do it.
So, you don't know what it's for?
I write the instructions. I'm the man in the middle. Someone tells me what they need, and I tell the engine how to compute the answer. This is my job.
Who knows what the engine is for?
The Six, probably. The Prophet, certainly. Emissary Sahya, I would imagine. This is above my pay grade.
Above your...
I was hired to write instructions for the engine and compute the spheres, not to ask questions. And not to answer yours either, Mir. You really should go before someone comes. We'll both be in terrible trouble. They usually check on me all the time. I wonder why they haven't.
I still don't understand. Why build all of this here in Marcuria? Why not in Sadir?
Because of the tower and what's below it. Vast eddies of, meta-energies.
Meta... Do you mean magic?
Magic? Magic? Of course not magic. This engine is the opposite of magic. It's the culmination of everything Azadi has strived for these last 100 years. An end to chaos and uncertainty. An end to superstition and irrationality. An end to magic. When the engine's fully operative and the programming complete, we won't need sorcerers or witchcraft anymore. We'll be able to do anything we want. With science. Reshape reality. Rewrite the laws of the cosmos. Remove death and disease, poverty, and warfare. The world will be run by scientists for the betterment of humanity.
What do dreams have to do with it?
The engine feeds on the building blocks of reality. Ideas, stories, dreams. Magic is highly detrimental to the system. See, sorcery causes chaos, injects uncertainties and fallacies into our calculations.
So, is that why magicals
are being relocated? We can't have them around while the engine's calculating. But as soon as we're done,
You believe they're being relocated?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I mean, it's what they told us. Why would they lie? It's simple. The engine isn't compatible with magic, and we don't want anyone getting hurt. There's no room for sorcery in Marcuria. The magicals are better off in their new homelands.
They're being sent to prison camps.
Re-education camps. This is true, yes, but only temporarily. This is their first stop. Afterwards, they're given passage to their new homelands, where they can...
Do you really believe that? What would the magicals be re-educated to do? Forget that they're magicals? No, Ferdows. That's not the truth. They're imprisoned. Killed. They're not given a new home.
But they told us. They said they were... They promised they'd be safe and happy and... Oh, light protect them.
So this is why we're sending all the magicals away from Marcuria? Because of the engine?
Yes. Yes, that's why. I didn't know. I didn't know. There are children.
There are.
They lied to us.
Do you need to remove all magicals before starting up this calculating engine?
It's already running. I'm not... As long as the thaumaturgical interference is below the acceptable threshold for...
Pretend that I'm a very small and possibly very stupid child.
Oh. No. No, they don't need to get rid of all of the magicals. Just enough not to disrupt our calculations. We'll be done instructing the network in a couple of days. After that, they can pull the lever whenever they want. That's the last component of the engine. The tower. The one that will start feeding on and molding the dreams. Changing the world for the better. Yeah. I believe the official ceremony is a few days from now. The emissary will be there, together with the First and the Prophet, and please don't kill me.
I'm not going to kill you. But what you're doing here is not the will of the goddess, Ferdows. Something is going on. Someone's...
Kian. I had a feeling it was you.
Mia? Goddess, what are you doing here, Hami? Where are your men?
Right outside. They can be here in seconds. You, engineer, what's your name?
I threatened him. He played no part in this.
Ferdows. I'm Ferdows. You lied.
I beg your pardon?
You promised they'd be safe.
I've no idea what you're talking about.
Go, Ferdows. This is not about you. Just remember what I told you. You're not doing the work of the goddess here.
Old Town was a distraction. Vamon meant it to be a struggle, for my men to die. He wanted to take my mind off the investigation. Commander Vamon and the emissary have been lying to me about your death. Why is that?
Because I'm a danger to them. And it's not the only thing they've lied to you about. This engine.
You betrayed us. You joined the enemy.
To stop Sahya and Vamon, not to fight our people. Not to fight you.
Sister Sahya is the emissary. Commander Vamon is your superior officer. They are your people.
They are traitors, Mir. They have betrayed our nation, our faith, and...
You should have come to me first, Apostle. You should have come to me. Instead, you've shamed me. You've shamed Mother Utana, the Six, the goddess, your nation. When I received word someone had been spotted entering this house, I had a feeling it was you. I entered alone for two reasons. One, as a courtesy to the Mother. It would break her heart again to hear that you perished in dishonor, fighting my guard. And two, you're living proof that Vamon has lied to me. I cannot reveal my hand to Vamon, but I also cannot let you go. You'll surrender to me now, without struggle, and you'll be brought to Sadir tonight, in secret. The courts will decide your fate. For the time being, while I sort out this mess, you'll be locked away under a false name. No one will know you're alive. When I'm ready to confront the commander and the emissary with their lies, I will reveal the truth about your survival, and you will cooperate every step of the way.
Ask Sahya and Vamon about the camps, and what they're doing to...
You lied. You lied to us. You told us they would not be harmed. You told us they'd be safe. There were children!
Get off me, you idiot!
Go! Go, Kian! Make them pay for this!
Stop that! Get off me! I'll have you beheaded for this.
Shadow, damn you, man! Leave this place! Now!
Yes?
Mother, it's the General. He asks to speak with you.
Send him in, child.
Hami, is anything the matter?
It's Kian. He's alive.
Goddess. Goddess be praised. How do you know this?
He broke into the engine room down on City Green.
Light. What was he doing there?
Speaking with one of the engineers, Ferdows, a young man from the southern provinces. Kian said... Oh, well, it's of no consequence. He's a traitor. He's joined the resistance. But it is as I suspected. We have been lied to by Vamon and the emissary.
For what reason?
That I don't know. Yet. And until we do, we cannot confront the mother.
I agree. We don't know how firm their grip is on the tower. If they know that we know... What about Kian? Was he... How did he look to you?
He looked strong. Different, but strong.
He must have his reasons for doing what he's doing, Hami. Kian would never betray Azadi or his faith.
Perhaps, but that's what he's doing. I gave him the honorable choice to turn himself in and face righteous judgment. But he fled, like a coward, when the engineer attacked me.
Attacked?
I don't blame the man. Kian poisoned his mind with baseless lies. My men detained him, and I placed him somewhere safe, somewhere he can't tell anyone what he saw and heard. Out of Vamon's reach. We need to keep this between us, or we run the risk of alerting the commander and emissary Sahya. Much as I'd like to hunt down Kian myself and put him to the sword, we must be patient.
Let's trust the goddess, Hami, to illuminate our path and bring us to the truth.
I certainly hope she will.
Kian, thank the balance you're back. Bip's been...
They've taken him.
Taken... yeah.
Light. Are you sure it's Bip? I knew this would happen. We have no time to spare. We must get to him before...
The cloud ship just unmoored and is already heading for Kian. It's too late.
Then we must follow.
And abandon your mission here? For one child's life?
Is it because he's a magical that he's not worth the trouble?
You're such an angry, angry man. Do you really want Kian to leave Marcuria and risk his life to save one boy? I thought so.
This is what happens when we let Azadi criminals live.
Stop it! That's not what happened, and you know it. They're sending all the magicals away.
I know why, and I know what the pipes are for.
What?
Really? Are you serious?
I'll explain later. Right now, we need to rescue the boy.
I couldn't care less what you do with your life, Kian. But if you die, the resistance suffers.
And if I don't go after him, Bip suffers.
Can we really afford to lose more people? We've lost so many already. And Ane has her hands full with those who've been injured. Soon, there won't be enough of us left to fight.
I need to think about this. I can't just abandon the boy, but... We can't stay here. The Azadi are hunting me. The General knows I'm alive.
Hami, how did that happen? Did you approach him? Are you trying to curry favors with your former masters?
Curry favors? How would I even... I'm not trying to curry any favors with...
Stop it, both of you! You're really annoying. And loud. Let's get out of here before Ulvik gets in trouble for harboring a fugitive. Shepard will want to have a say in the discussion.
This isn't over, Kian.
Oh, hush.